This summer, the Warriors have been fielding calls to trade fifth-year forward Jonathan Kuminga. Most notably, rumors have been flying around between the Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. The Kings previously offered Devin Carter and Dario Saric, but the Warriors rejected this offer. The Kings have revised this offer and added picks, but it seems the Warriors want a young, rotational player in return. However, the Kings have made it clear that breakout players Keegan Murray and Keon Ellis are both off-limits. Murray, 24, averaged 12.4 points, 6.7 rebounds, and 1.4 assists during the 2024-25 season. Ellis, 25, overcame a lengthy and controversial bench stint orchestrated by former Kings coach Mike Brown last season. He averaged 8.3 points, 2.7 rebounds, and 1.5 assists last season, and it's clear the Kings believe in him to continue on an upward trajectory. Kuminga is a younger player with better scoring and defense than Murray last season alone, so it is unclear why the Kings don't want to take a chance with him. Ideally, here at Lisco_2000's little corner of Golden State of Mind, we'd like to see the Warriors accept an offer for Dario Saric if possible. You know why? As the Golden State Warriors look forward to next season, all eyes have been on the team's handling of the current Jonathan Kuminga standoff and its implications on the team's future past the end of the Stephen Curry era. Yet, young guard Brandon Podziemski has been overlooked as a future cornerstone of the franchise and, if he continues to develop, could be a major solution as Golden State attempts to solidify their future core. Brandon Podziemski could be a major piece moving forward for the Warriors. Podziemski, 22, initially joined the Warriors as the team's 19th overall pick in the 2023 NBA Draft, taking major strides as a rookie and cementing himself as a potential starter for the team. In his rookie season, Podziemski averaged 9.2 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 3.7 assists, while shooting 38.5% from three-point range, receiving outside consideration for Rookie of the Year. Yet, as he entered his second year, he failed to cement himself as the team's starting shooting guard, and his inconsistencies throughout his second season brought many doubts into his viability as a starter. Despite numerous injuries, however, Podziemski still took major strides in his second year with the team, averaging 11.7 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 3.4 assists through 64 games. Yet, as the season progressed and Podziemski bounced in and out of the starting lineup, it appeared as though his confidence took a major hit, a fact that was evidenced in the playoffs as he appeared tentative on the offensive end of the floor in Curry's absence. Nevertheless, Podziemski has shown flashes throughout his young career as both a shot creator and a scorer, and, although he does not project to become a bona fide star in the league, his future role as a highly important player for Golden State should not be overlooked. Outside of Curry, the team will likely turn to a rotation of Podziemski, Buddy Hield, and possibly a veteran free agent guard in their backcourt, and if Podziemski can separate himself from this pack by increasing his scoring and consistency, he could etch himself out a spot as the team's starting shooting guard this season. He is, largely, a more consistent shooter than Hield and has shown enough defensive tenacity that his presence in the starting lineup is viable. If this were to happen, and Podziemski were to continue to take the necessary strides in his game, he could be approaching all-star territory by his fifth or sixth year in the league, coinciding exactly with what is assumed to be the end of Curry's career. Although losing Kuminga would be a major blow to an organization largely bereft of dynamic young talent, Podziemski's potential as a future cornerstone should not be overlooked. The Golden State Warriors have had a disappointing offseason thus far as they continue to deal with the situation surrounding restricted free agent Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga is still deciding on the next path of his NBA career as he could either elect to re-sign with the Warriors or sign with another team, likely through a sign-and-trade deal. Of course, Kuminga's role in Golden State is up in the air after he fell out of Steve Kerr's rotation last season due to his poor fit alongside Jimmy Butler. Due to this, many believe that the 22-year-old forward will elect to leave the Warriors this offseason, though there has not been many teams' interest in him thus far. While Kuminga could be on his way out of Golden State, an anonymous team executive believes that he could still end up being a star as he compared him to Minnesota Timberwolves forward Jaden McDaniels. McDaniels is great in his role, but JK is more talented and has higher upside if he ever can hit, the team executive said about Kuminga. This is a bold comparison by the anonymous executive, especially with McDaniels being one of the best defensive forwards in the NBA and has been a key piece to the Timberwolves' success over the past few seasons. Despite this, Kuminga has shown flashes of being a star when he is given the chance, but that is unlikely to happen in Golden State after he fell out of the rotation. For Kuminga, the best-case scenario for him would be to go to a team where he is one of the top options so that he can fully showcase his talent, which is unlikely to be the case with the Warriors until Butler, Stephen Curry, and Draymond Green all retire. Because of this, it is highly likely that Kuminga will move on from Golden State this offseason via a sign-and-trade, and if he is able to continue to develop into the player he wants to be, it may be yet another mistake by the Warriors. On the one hand, the Golden State Warriors have been unable to reach an agreement with Jonathan Kuminga. On the other hand, the team remains dissatisfied with offers from franchises interested in a sign-and-trade. In fact, according to Sam Amick of The Athletic, the Warriors have no interest in Demar Derozam or Devin Carter, both of the Sacramento Kings. My understanding is that the Warriors had no interest in Carter, nor in Derozam, the journalist said. Thus, the Kuminga stalemate continues in the Warriors' lackluster offseason. The team reportedly defined the ideal package for the player, at least a first-round pick, a good young player, and no bad contracts in return. However, the Kings refused to include Keegan Murray and Keon Ellis in the trade packages, young players who interest the Warriors. Thus, with limited options, Derozam could be a player in a trade. The Kings forward still produces at a high level, but he's redundant with Zach LaVine at the shooting guard position. However, his fit with the Warriors' off-ball movement and spacing wouldn't be ideal either. In fact, Derozam and Jimmy Butler on the court together would significantly alter Golden State's style of play, in addition to further increasing the team's average age. In 2024-25, at age 35, Derozam averaged 22.2 points, 3.9 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. Devin Carter, meanwhile, made his NBA debut last season and stood out for his defensive efforts, despite having limited minutes and limited offensive opportunities. Suns and Kings are the most aggressive teams, but Warriors don't provide traction. According to Shams Charania, Kuminga is in no rush to sign with the Warriors, while the Sacramento Kings and Phoenix Suns have made official offers and are the most aggressive teams. In fact, this Friday, 25, Brett Siegel, from Clutch Points, revealed what each team's offers could be. First, he said Phoenix offered Grayson Allen and other players like Nick Richards, Royce O'Neal, and Oso Ighodaro. He also confirmed that Sacramento's offer centered around Devin Carter, Dario Saric, and a protected first-round draft pick. Therefore, the Warriors aren't interested in any of the offers, and negotiations will require more time. On the other hand, it has already been reported that Golden State is also in talks with the Chicago Bulls and is asking for Ayo Dosunmu to return.